So, something I love doing, besides playing and collecting video games, is collecting movies. Now, the movies you see here were released at different times, different eras. Everything from Sonic 2 to the SpongeBob movie to Jimmy Neutron to Beverly Hills Cop to Indiana Jones to Forrest Gump. But if you're into movie collecting like I am, you look for the little intricacies to help narrow down the time frame of certain movies or when these discs were released. DVDs, of course, DVD started out in it was first produced, started being worked on in 1995, was released to the media in 2007. Blu-ray was released in 2003, was first introduced into the media in starting in the year 2006 with the release of PlayStation 3 and all that. But how can you tell the difference between when these discs were A, released, or B, if they're re-releases, or C, just how can you tell what year is which? So we're starting off this series because if you can pinpoint what is similar about all these movies, what's similar about all 6 of these movies is they're made by one company. That company is the iconic if you see that right there, the iconic Paramount Pictures, founded in like I said, there is the common denominator between them. But how can you tell what year your discs are? There are many different ways to determine it, but we're going to start off with the simplicity. We're going to do it first off. The first way you can tell what year a movie is by the side. So if you take a look at my Forrest Gump disc, as we let it focus in for a second. It's a little bit blurry. We're gonna view it. I'm gonna try to get it. It's not focusing, but this is gonna be an issue throughout this video. Is trying to figure out the right angles. This is my first time doing it in history. There we go. If you notice the Paramount Pictures logo here, it got blurry for a second. But as we focus, it refocuses for a second. This Paramount logo is literally, this is the easiest one to identify in my opinion, because we're going to go to the back for a second too. I'm covering up the year for a second. Is that logo right there? The way that the words a Viacom company is written, that tells me one of two things, and it's going to be the same on the case here. Even though it's having a hard time viewing it in, this movie was released on DVD sometime in between the years of 2013 to about 2020, give or take. The reason why is because of it looks similar to the iconic Viacom logo. The Viacom logo specifically post 2012. That's how. So that just doing that, we can tell what year it is. But that just goes for the case. That is just for the case, though. This was a re-release. The reason I can tell you it's a re-release is because if you open up the case and you look at the disc, number one, you'll notice something, and it is right here. Give me a second. Is this right here? So that is the Paramount. This is the Paramount logo of the 2000s or 90s and 2000s. It is a Viacom logo, and Paramount Pictures does a great job at repackaging their discs. And while this does have water damage a little bit, it's kind of cool seeing how this disc from 2017. From 2017, this was a 2017 re-release just by the copyright. That's another way you can tell the age of a case or a disc. But this case is from 2017. The way you can tell what year the actual disc is, the trick I learned a long time ago, or at least on Paramount discs. Right there. You see the copyright right there? The copyright notice from 2006. So, while the case is from 2007, this is a re-release of the original 2006 discs. So, while yes, the case is from 2017, this is a re-release case. The actual discs are from 2006. So, what about this one, Sonic 2? Well, this one's actually really easy, because if you look at the side here, starting after the Paramount CBS merger, the Paramount logo went from saying Paramount a Viacom or Viacom CBS company. This was in 2020, in 21, 22-ish. And of course, it says right there on the back, 2022 color. I'm going to turn on the light to make it look a little brighter in here. But if you can tell, right there, this is how you can tell it's an original. It was released in 2022, is by that. That is the current Paramount Pictures Home Entertainment logo, which has been in use since 2022. And another way to tell is by the disc itself. Unlike our previous disc, which says copyrighted 2006 Paramount Pictures Corporation, this says copyright 2022. So we know that this disc was made in 2022. Of course, Sonic 2 was released in 2022. What about this one? This one's going to give you some tricks. So if you see this the Paramount logo right here, this is the same Paramount logo from the previous case from this is the same case. This is the same case from. It's similar logo because post 2012 this is the Paramount Pictures logo, but there is also a way to look at it too. Number one, you can tell it's a re-release. It's a repackaged disc. Number one is right there for at least the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, it's a rehash. Because if you take a look in the corner there, and right here, the copyright tells you it's from 2014. This is a 2014 re-release of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And of course, right here is the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water. This was actually released in 2015, but it has the current Paramount, or the old Paramount Pictures Home Entertainment logo. But I can also tell you that this disc, while it's packaged for 2014, take a look on that right there. It says feature film special features. Pre-Blu-ray, bonus special features were extremely common in DVDs. That they always had bonus content. So while this disc was repackaged, redesigned in 2014, technically this disc is from the original release of SpongeBob SquarePants from 2004. Just based off of the design. What about this? This is Indiana Jones. This is the re-release of the original 4 films. I can tell you right now, this is pre-2022, but this is right around the time of the Viacom Paramount merger. This is the Viacom, as you can see by the Viacom CBS company byline. Of course, this is a Lucasfilms. But there is something unique about this 4-set case. The uniqueness is actually right there. That is the old Viacom company logo for Paramount Pictures. Which tells, and then of course by the copyright here, 1981-2008, this is these discs, while the case is from 2021, actually these cases are from 2008. Same thing here. This is the Paramount logo from 2008. Well, even it tells you right here, 2008, copyright 2008. This is right around the time Viacom was getting around to redesigning the Viacom logo on their discs. So these, while yes, this case the case is from 2021. The discs are from 2008, just by the copyright on the disc, which makes it kind of unique. Now this one, I can tell you right now, is the original released case of Jimmy Neutron. Two reasons why. Number one, Jimmy Neutron, the original movie, was released in 2001. However, notice the Paramount DVD logo. One, it has a DVD on it, which was how you could tell that it was different from VHS. Another reason is the yellow case that usually or the special colored cases that surrounded Nickelodeon films based on color schemes and stuff of the 90s and 2000s. This is from 2002. The reason why is the 90th anniversary logo. The 90th anniversary logo was used in most Paramount movies, specifically for the 2002 DVD or VHS release year. As you can tell, there on the back here, this is also the Paramount 90th anniversary logo. But of course, there's another way to look at it too. The original movie was released in 2001. It was re-released in 2000. It was released on DVD, however, in 2002. Another way you can tell that this is the original disc is by two features. Number one, you can see the Paramount 90th anniversary logo, and number two, the Nickelodeon Movies logo. It doesn't look like that anymore. Another way you can tell is look at the DVD logo. Used to be, so modern DVDs, the modern DVD video logo looks kind of like that. That's been like that, I think, for a long, long time. But originally when DVD video came out, the word video was within the disc. So you can tell that this was an original disc. But mainly the main identifying feature that this was a 2002 release is that 90th anniversary logo. And then, of course, funniest movie ever, the Beverly Hills Cop. Well, number one, like I said, you can tell this is an older case just by the way the Paramount Pictures DVD is. It has a DVD logo, word DVD. But we can tell it's pre-2000s just because of the early DVD video prototype logo and the words Paramount Viacom Company. So the original movie was released in 1984. This was a 2001 DVD release. And what's really cool about it, too, is while the case is from 2001, the disc is actually newer. So this disc features the same features as up front, but has a modern DVD video logo, and it's actually the copyright, if you look right here, down here at the bottom, says 2006. So while the case and the cover art is from 2001, the disc is from 2006. But it's the little features that help me identify stuff. There's other ways to identify how old a case is. Another example to determine how old a disc is right here. See how the general audience, the MAAP, what we call in the United States, the motion picture, the MPPA, I think it's the MPPA, the Major Motion Picture Film Association, or the MMP. I think I have it here somewhere. The U.S. Film Ratings logo is what gets you. So anything pre-2012, 2013, this is the way that the box looks. So you can tell by the cover art what year this came out. Example is the way the general audience looks. But in newer discs, or on newer cases, that's the way they look today. The way they're designed today. You can tell by the way it says PG and stuff. But you can also tell the age of the disc But how does it work on other discs? Well, number one, newer discs are going to show it like that. The discs from 2006 show it a little bit differently, rated R, yada yada yada. But of course, certain discs, like the ones for like Jimmy Neutron, show it in the show it like that. So what are other differences to tells you the years and stuff? It's just the way the discs are designed. You can tell the differences in disc. What about Blu-ray? Well, there is actually nothing on this disc specifically that you can tell this is a newer Blu-ray disc. But most Blu-ray discs are special for a different reason. And I'm going to show you with a different case for a second. So, most Blu-ray discs, they're not going to have a lot of art. And that's pretty common because Blu-ray is supposed to be a different format. This is a Paramount disc from the year 2012. This is also when we started seeing the 2000 that 20 remember that 2012 remember that how 2012 they started changing the Paramount Pictures logo? Well, that was around the time they were phasing out the old logo in exchange for the Paramount Pictures 100 logo. But most Blu-rays, you can't tell you can tell the difference between Blu-rays quite simply by looking at the disc. Number one, look for the Paramount logos. It can tell you what year it came out and stuff. But also look at how the PG logo looks on the Adventures of Tintin comparative to Sonic the Hedgehog. On this one specifically, there is no age rating on this one. Maybe they started phasing them out on discs. Because the case already has it on there. But those are some of the things I like to look for to determine the age of discs. And of course, we're going to be going through, I'm going to try to do this with a lot of different movie companies that help. And that is a really great collection, as you can tell. But that's just some of the movies I have in my collection. But this is a new series. I'm testing it out. This one I mainly did because it's cool. It's what you want to spot as collectors. See what actually the disc looks like, and B, how different it is from the actual case design and all that stuff. So, yay! I think the next one we're going to try to do is probably 20th Century Fox, because that's seen a lot of change over the years. But that will be next Tuesday, so